I have a family of five actually, four others besides myself, 3 children under the age of 5. And if I don't spend time with them, they're not going to be part of the church. They're going to reject Christianity because their fathers rejected them. And so I take as much time as I can with them. My wife and I were converted by some Orthodox and conservative Jews to the importance of the Sabbath. And during the Lent of our senior year at General Theological Seminary in New York City, we spent time from Friday night to Saturday night doing an Orthodox Sabbath, which was wonderful and beautiful. My wife made challah bread and all this stuff. But now we try and keep to that Sabbath.
The icon of Antony of Egypt, the first monastic, is a reminder that we who are leading the church, clergy, lay leaders, stewardship committees, vestries, our job is to tend our spiritual lives. It's kind of like on the plane when they announce to the people on the plane, if there's turbulence or a problem with our plane and the gas masks come down, parents, we need you to put the mask on first and take care of yourselves so that you can then turn and put the gas mask on, the air mask on your child. Otherwise you'll faint before you can get that done and you'll both be gone. You know, so that moment on the plane, that's what this Panagia, that's what this Antony of Egypt icon is about. It's about us taking care of our spiritual lives well so that we can then in turn come from a strong, well place. You don't have to be a monk or a nun to have a really deep spiritual life, and I know you know that already. But you do have to have a spiritual life to do this work. And most of you, probably all of you, already have that spiritual life. But let me be very clear that this is like the advertisement on those TV shows, those commercials at Christmas. Don't try this at home. Right? Or don't do this without adult supervision. Yeah, okay, don't do fundraising and stewardship work without praying. So you need to build into your life a rule of life that involves simplicity, Sabbath, and silence, the 3 S's. Simplicity. You may have a bigger rule of life, and that's great. But if you don't have one, then write a paragraph about your silence in your life, write a paragraph about your simplicity of life, and write a paragraph about your Sabbath in life. I call my day off. People were annoyed at first when I came from the monastery, but people are like, when's your day off? Oh, I don't take a day off. I take a Sabbath day. Sabbath day? Yeah, no. Okay, when's your Sabbath day? Well, I call it a Sabbath day because it's a law. It's part of me being a community in a church. It's part of me being a Christian. It's modeled by God. I do that. I have a day for chores and a day for Sabbath rest, and I work 5 days a week. I can't work 5 days a week. I'm a priest. A priest needs 6 days a week. I have to work 6 days a week. I can't get it all done in 5 days. I have to get it done in 6 days. Maybe you would be more present with your community and more delightful to be around if you took a day to do your chores and life management and a day to rest in your pajamas and then come back to us refreshed. Because you know, the 6 days work that you're doing is not working for us because you're really cranky and mean. And yeah, you're productive, but you're cranky and mean and productive. Quite frankly, we'd like you to be a little less productive and a little more cheerful, because you know what? Our church depends on people being attracted to this church, and we need you to be Mr. Sunshine. So, create a rule of life. 5 minutes with a candle in the morning, good prayer. Thank you. 5 minutes with a candle in the morning, it's a good place to start. You can go to 10 minutes over time. You can end up with an hour, but don't try. It's usually a half hour, so it's pretty good. Don't do endless lists. God's not a celestial butler. He knows what needs to be done. Thank you very much. Just sit there and be loved and love back. Wordless is fine, really. God totally knows what needs to be done. But petitions are fine in their season. But God really wants to spend time with you in intimacy and love. And then, you know, just take good care of your health as best you can, and make sure you have good Sabbath time, and make sure in that Sabbath time you're tending to your friendships. Those friendships are the beginning and end of your life. And so sometimes people call me and I'm like, I can't come to work because I'm with my friends. You know? And so create a rule of life that fills you and that feeds you. I leave my cell phone in the car, and I don't have a phone in the house because I need silence from 6 to 9. So that might not work for you because you need to be on call or something. Well, find other ways for Sabbath making. A Sabbath in a day, and a Sabbath in a week, and a Sabbath in a year. So tend to your spiritual lives, is all I'm saying. Silence, Sabbath, simplicity.